Warning: this video may contain French people. Viewer discretion is advised.
This was the 16th annual Summerslam on the 24th of August 2003 at the America West Arena in Phoenix, Arizona, in front of 16,113 people with 415,000 buys. Lillian Garcia sings the US national anthem beautifully to open the show. The opening video package wasn't very hype at all, it was quite poor with no song on it. I think due to copyright, as Metallica is notorious for asking for a lot of money for their music rights. Not an amazing set, but decent enough. Match 1, World Tag Team Championship, La Resistance vs the Dudley Boys. Bubba comes out with an American flag. This is a USA vs France in this matchup. La Resistance have a new member in Rob Conway, who is just as charismaless as the other two members. Dudley's attack them on the ramp, not waiting. Devon had the hot tag, it was fine. Rod Conway, disguised as a cameraman, hits Devon and costs the Dudleys the match. It was a very basic match, nothing too interesting, and it was quite underwhelming, especially for an opener with a flat and shit finish. Post-match, Bubba cuts a fiery promo about loving the USA, not giving up to get the belts back. Rating a D+. Christian sees Eric Bischoff and is unhappy about being left off SummerSlam. Eric blames Austin for it. Eric will also announce if he slept with Linda McMahon. Ooh. Match 2, The Undertaker vs The A-Train.
For fuck's sake.
Undertaker's been feuding with Vince's right-hand man A-Train. A-Train cost Taker a match with John Cena and also Big Show. The hot piece of ass Sable accompanies A-Train to the ring looking ravishing. Undertaker has been battling a rib injury since his match at Vengeance, which plays into the match. It started off middling. They tried hard, but there is just such little heat from A-Train. He just doesn't have the aura for this level of matchup. Even with his near fall, it didn't feel like he could win. There was 2 ref bumps which just hurt the match further, it just didn't need it. Undertaker wins with a chokeslam and shakes his head. Yeah, this was not good at all.
That sucked.
Sable post-match tries to flirt with Undertaker and Taker grabs her by the throat for Stephanie to return. Catfight! A-Train saves Sable. Rating a D. Match 3, Shane McMahon vs Eric Bischoff. Falls count anywhere. Shane returned and wanted Kane for what he did to his mother. Eric would not let him face Kane. Austin made a match between Eric and Shane, then Kane interfered and tombstone Shane on the steps. This is now the big match. Eric showed up at Linda's bedroom and kissed her. He said they did it many times. It turned out to be a lie in the end. We get to hear Eric's epic theme song and Shane's too. Shane starts like a house on fire with his iconic punches. He dominates until Jonathan Coachman of all people turns heel and attacks Shane with a chair.
Oh, it's not good.
Eric orders Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler's mics off so Coachman can commentate while Shane is being beaten up. Austin comes out, but he can't attack anyone unless he's physically provoked. Coachman provokes him, so Austin stomps a mud hole in his arse. Shane then makes Eric slap Austin, so Austin stunners him, and then Shane does his insanely cool elbow drop through the announce table to win. The match was long and sucky, but the diving elbow drop was iconic, so it had a satisfying ending, and I'll give it a rating of a C-. Evolution speak with their member Randy Orton, making sure he knows the plan for tonight. Triple H wins in Evolution's plan. Match 4, United States Championship, Chris Benoit versus Rhino versus Eddie Guerrero versus Tajiri. Eddie and Benoit continued their rivalry from their previous pay-per-view. Rhino turned on Benoit there too, so he is involved, and Tajiri has his beef with Eddie, creating a fatal 4-way. Eddie gets beaten up by all of them, as he has issues with all of them. It felt like a proper 4-way with not just two people sitting out and letting a singles match take place, but like a fluid match with all four looking to win at all times. There was a great moment as Eddie and Benoit lock in submissions at the same time, and it had really good drama. Eddie pins Rhino after a frog splash after Benoit and Tajiri take each other out. Great fast-paced match with great rivalries going into it, making you believe anyone could win. Nothing too crazy, but just solid action. Rating a B-. The Matt Hardy vs Zach Gowen match could not take place as Brock Lesnar killed Zach on SmackDown, in front of his mother nonetheless, in a brutal, hard-to-watch beatdown. So Matt Hardy declared himself the winner on Sunday Night Heat before the show. Match 5, WWE Championship rematch, Brock Lesnar vs Kurt Angle.
Ooh, yes.
Brock turned heel and aligned himself with Vince McMahon and turned on Kurt Angle as he was unhappy with losing the belt to Kurt. A very good opening feeling out process, both showing they know each other well. Insane moment as Lesnar just press slams Angle over the top ropes early on in the match. Lesnar dominates, but Angle's bursts of energies are superbly done. Lesnar misses a corner shoulder tackle which finally allows Angle to get some sustained offense in. Angle does an awesome tornado DDT to reverse an F5 for a great near fall. Lesnar kicks out of an Angle slam and we have another ref bump. Definitely overdone on this show. Lesnar taps to the ankle lock but the ref is down. Vince knocks out Angle with a chair shot. F5, wow! On one leg, which is an awesome sell, but Angle kicks out in an epic last ditch kick out.
Oh, yeah.
Angle manages to get the ankle lock locked back in and keeps pulling him back to the middle of the ring, and eventually Brock taps out. A classic. Almost as good as the WrestleMania match. In fact, it might be better than the WrestleMania match. These two just have amazing chemistry. Post-match, Angle puts Vince through a chair with an Angle slam. They would complete the trilogy on SmackDown in an epic 1-hour Iron match where Brock Lesnar would win back the title. A superb trilogy of iconic matches. Very hard to pick the best of the three, but I do think the Iron match tops it. Anyway, this match gets a rating of an A. We get a look at the 2003 Diva Search winner Jamie Cope.
Huh?
Never saw her again, so that went well. Match 6, Kane vs Rob Van Dam, no holds barred. Kane was unmasked on Raw and has become an unhinged monster. He's been booked so well in this build-up and really feels like a terrifying monster. He has been showing up in police vans and he is under house arrest. He set Jim Ross on fire.
Rude!
Tombstone Linda McMahon and more. He also turned on RVD and nearly tried to kill him a few times. It starts straight away with Kane attacking straight from when RVD gets in the ring. RVD tries to use his speed and athleticism to win, but Kane's power game is just too much. RVD does a Rolling Thunder on a chair and a Van Terminator with a chair, but the coast to coast with the chair misses. This allows Kane to tombstone RVD on the steel steps and win. It was a fine brawl with weapons used, some hard hits from Kane and unique offense from RVD. The ending was great and overall this was a good and fun matchup. Rating a B-. Linda McMahon appears and sees Eric Bischoff in the medical room and slaps the taste out of his mouth. Main event, World Heavyweight Championship Elimination Chamber. Triple H defends against Goldberg, Shawn Michaels, Chris Jericho, Randy Orton and Kevin Nash. Originally this was Triple H vs Goldberg, but Austin made it an Elimination Chamber match. Nash has short blonde hair after Jericho won a hair versus hair match and cut his hair short. Not bald, so it sucked as a hair versus hair match. Mohead's theme for Evolution debuts here, one of the best wrestling songs of all time. Triple H is wearing long trunks due to a legit torn groin muscle. Goldberg nearly falls over during his entrance. Shawn Michaels and Chris Jericho begin the match, showing once again their amazing chemistry. However, the crowd really wants Goldberg. He is over like Rover here. Third in was Randall Keith Orton. Fourth in was Kevin Nash, who went on a rampage but was eliminated before the fifth entrant, thanks to a Shawn Michaels sweet chin music, and Jericho got the pin. But he definitely did damage as he made Jericho bleed and Shawn too. Fifth in was Triple H, but he just gets super kicked back into his pod.
We must not laugh.
No.
When he gets back.
Nash goes on a rampage and takes out every one of the jackknife powerbombs. Orton sells it brilliantly. Sixth in was Goldberg, much to the fans' delight. He dominates with some cool offense and spears Orton and eliminates him with ease. Goldberg spears Jericho through the bulletproof glass. Insane moment. After a mini Shawn Michaels comeback, Goldberg spears and jackhammers him to eliminate him. Jericho is quickly eliminated following that via the same method. Flair on the outside does his best to hold the door closed for Triple H to be safe, but Goldberg simply kicks and punches through the glass. Badass. Goldberg misses a spear and is hit with a sledgehammer for Triple H to win to a pissed off crowd.
That's bullshit!
Goldberg really should have won here. Post-match they brutalise Goldberg and leave him bloody and broken. Really fun match, some iconic moments. Goldberg was great here and super over. Rating, a B+. Overall, this was a B level show. It was a pretty good show. It started off quite poor, but eventually did get better by the end with some really good matches. The best being match of the night, Brock Lesnar versus Kurt Angle. A superb encounter. On the opposite end of the spectrum, the worst match of the night goes to The Undertaker versus A-Train. It was just a bit of a slog to get through and a bit very, very tedious and boring. Moment of the night goes to Shane McMahon's diving elbow drop, which was a great moment in an otherwise mediocre match, or bad match really. Sexy moment of the night goes to Sable's sexy dress with her nice cleavage. MVPs, remember, only one can be given in each match. Bronze medal goes to Chris Benoit for a great performance in the Fatal 4-Way. Silver medal goes to Brock Lesnar for his great selling and great match against Kurt Angle. And gold goes to Goldberg for being an absolute badass and super over. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe and all that stuff. You won't do any of that and probably none of you are listening to this, but I'll say it anyways.
Peace out, my brothers.